Hey, so today we're going to talk about some not so stellar real sales from February. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen to share my sales today. I just think it'll be easier because there aren't that many. And I don't know, I kind of like the idea of sharing my screen. So that's what we're going to do. Give me 1 second so that I can start sharing. All right, so I am sharing my screen here. And yes, I do know that in the last video that I shared my screen, you guys couldn't see me the whole time. So hopefully now you can, that I'm moving this down. All right, so here we are on the real. I'm going to just prop myself up over here on this other corner. We are going to go to my sales as soon as it lets me. All right, here we are on my sales page. I'm going to filter my sales so you can see what I sold in the month of February, which wasn't a ton. But as you can see right now, all right, so currently right now on the real today is March 30th. I have a pending balance of $821. And here you go. Here is my balance that was paid out to me on 3/15. Is $369, which is one of my lower months in a while, but that's okay. And as you guys can see, I am so close to 70%. So close. $3,037 left for me to hit that 70% mark, which is really exciting. Okay, here's how we're going to filter. We're going to go to sold items, and hi, sorry if I'm not staring at the camera the whole time because I'm watching what I'm doing here, and I may occasionally look off to the side to see what I look like off screen as well, because why not? All right, if you are new here, let's start off with that as I'm doing this. If you're new and you've never consigned with the real, hi. I consign frequently with the real. I have made it a part of my business, but it has taken a good year for me to really learn the process and understand how and what I should be sending there. So I will make sure to link up here a playlist that I have of all of my real content. I am going to be coming out with more real content as time goes on. I just haven't had the time because I work a full-time job. So it's been very difficult. All right, so here we see a list of the items that sold in February, and I know it looks like a lot, but as you can tell, I didn't make a ton on a lot of these items. So let's just start from the top and then work our way down. Here is our first item. This is an Alberto Macali turtleneck. I got this at Salvation Army. It cost me 99 cents. It was priced at $65. I only made 40% on it. So you will see that the real has different tiers for different brands. And for this brand in particular, it is only 40%. So my commission payout was $26. I paid $1. I made 25. So that was good. This next piece is a Karen Millen dress. Also picked this up at Salvation Army. I want to show you what this dress looks like. So let's open it up into a new tab. The turtleneck is not as exciting, but this dress is really pretty. So I do want to show it to you. So really pretty floral dress off the shoulder. I also got this at Salvation Army and it was $1. So I'll go back and I'll show you that price point in a second. But I just want to show you this right here. They only priced Karen Millen at $50, which is kind of typical. Once in a while, you'll see Karen Millen priced a little bit higher, but it's usually between the $50 to $65 mark. And this individual is able to use 20% off. This is the Reels coupon that they basically give to everyone that you can use 20% off on. But as you can see, it's a really pretty dress. Certain brands just don't sell well. Could I have sold this on my own for a little bit more? Probably, but for $1 investment, I really didn't want to do the work for it. So as you can see right here, it was priced at $50, 20% off. $40 is what the buyer paid, and I only got a payout of $16, which is 40%. Okay, this brand, man, guys, I've talked about this in other videos, but if you pass on Donna, Karan, and it is a very specific label. It is not DKNY. It is Donna Karan collection. It is a black label, and it will have European sizing on it. You need to pick that up because it is different than regular Donna Karan or DKNY. So I will show you this piece as well. As you can see, it sold for $116 with 20% off coupon. I made $46.40. I paid $1 for this dress. So let's click here so you guys can see what it looks like. Here it is. It was just a long wool, I believe it was wool. Yeah, it was a wool blend. This cowl neck right here, long sleeve, $145, 20% off coupon was able to be used. It was a size large, so great style, great size, great brand. That Donna Karan black label, Donna Karan collection, black label with the European sizing. Grab it because it is worth it. If you can find it, it is definitely worth sending into the Real. I have sold 2 pieces by Donna Karan collection, and they have all sold over $100. So definitely put that on your list of things to look out for. So yeah, that was a great return there. Okay, next are these Salvatore Ferragamo leather loafers. I've had these for over a year. This was like in the beginning of my reselling career. So hold on, these are longer than a year old. They're probably a year and a half then. Got these as savers for probably $5 or $6 around there, at most $7. They sold $52 with 20% off, and I made $20.80, which I'm obviously happy with. However, I couldn't move these on my own no matter what I did, and I loved them. I thought they were really unique. They had this platform style here. I'll show you the front of them too. They were just, I really liked them. It just, Salvatore Ferragamo just doesn't resell well for me. And I typically send it in. And I don't usually make a ton, but with these, I actually made a decent amount. I'm actually I'm happy because I didn't anticipate to make $20. I usually make like my money back when I send in Salvatore Ferragamo. I'll usually make my $7 back. Sometimes a little bit more, in the $13 to $15 range, but I'm happy with the 20. All right, this next brand, I don't remember where I found this. I want to say it was in a thrift store in Massachusetts, but I don't remember where. I know that I paid $5 for it. It's a brand that I'd never heard of, Emanuel Ungaro, I believe is how you would say that. And it was just a tweed blazer. The comps weren't great on it. I honestly grabbed it because I thought it was cute and it was from Spain, and I thought maybe it has a high resale value, and I didn't research it, which I don't recommend anyone doing. So that wasn't smart on my part. Sold for $42.50 at 50% off. So there's that. I only made 70% with 40% commission on that. I didn't make a lot of money. Like I said, I think anywhere between $5 to $7 I paid for this piece. So maybe made 10. I mean, I doubled my money, right? Like at the end of the day, I doubled my money or close to it. It wasn't a good buy on my part. I still made money, just not what I probably would have if I had actually done my research and not spent that money in general. I would have picked something else up that was worth it. Okay, next piece here. We have these Etro leather espadrilles, which I'll show you them in a second. They had them priced $110. They sold that same day that they were listed. No coupon was used. You can see there's no discount or anything applied. And I made $44 on it. I paid $1.50. This item was 50% off at Salvation Army. So that was a great buy. I was going to sell these myself. I was holding on to them and I had them ready to go to list, and I decided not to. I decided to just send them into the Real. I don't know. I just don't love photographing shoes that have the tie that goes around the ankle. I just have a hard time with them. So when I pick up Etro again, yes. But it really depends on style because my Etro shirts that I've sent in don't do well. They may sell quickly, but I don't make a lot on them. So the shoes are definitely something I'll keep an eye out for. Okay, these Jimmy Choos. I bought these with my partner in crime, Lori Tata. We were thrifting together, and I picked up these Jimmy Choos. They were $32. When I averaged out my cost of goods, I want to say my average cost of goods that day was 15. Yep, it was $15. And I had these listed in my Poshmark closet for a while. And I had decided this day that I just didn't want to have them anymore. Heels weren't really selling for me. And I figured I would just send them to the Real. They were in brand new condition. They were a size 41, I believe. Yeah, size 41. Look at this. Pristine. Such good condition. And I just thought it'd be a better platform to just send them off to the Real. As you can see, they sold for $132 with a 20% off coupon, and I made $66, so I doubled my money. If you count just $32 that they were priced at, I made even more, because if you average the cost of goods that day, it was $15. So that was really good. Would I have made more if I sold these myself? Yeah, absolutely. It just wasn't worth it to me. Once items sit for an extended period of time, anything longer than 3 to 4 months, I just don't want them anymore. I need to have as much of a lean inventory system that I can, which is not always feasible, just because I have small space, as you can see right here. Like, these are just the beginning of my totes that I have. I have more totes off to the side, and I have more in my closet. So at some points in my reselling journey, it kind of takes over my life, and I go through this entire purging phase. This was part of the purging phase in February, which is why you're seeing a lot of these items in here. This Giorgio Armani blazer, my cost for this item was $12. It sold for $78.75 with a 25% off discount. I made $31.50, so that's great. Yes, you may be thinking to yourself, but Giorgio Armani is not on their list. You are correct, it is not. But they do accept it sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. And they do typically accept the blazers over other pieces. So if you find Giorgio Armani blazers, I say send it in and see what happens. I'm not telling you to do it, but if you'd like to send it in your box, do it and see what happens. Next, we have these Stuart Weitzman heels, also bought at Salvation Army for $1. These were pretty unique, which is why I grabbed them. Oh, ignore the cat falling in the background. Always an adventure here on this channel. So as you can tell, these are kind of fun, strappy silver heels. I thought they were unique. They had a little python pattern to them. They're a little more fun, unlike traditional Stuart Weitzman shoes you see in the thrift store. They had them priced at $50, so not that high, but Stuart Weitzman is typically always in the $50 range. On the Real, it's very rare if they price something up higher, which I've had it happen before, but it's rare. They sold for $30 with 40% off. I made $12. We're okay with that. Okay, we have Piazza San Peony virgin wool straight leg pants. These were $1 at Salvation Army. They sold at $25, which was 50% off, and I made $10. Okay, so this red Valentino, I had previously sold another red Valentino, and I picked this item up on the same day. I wouldn't pick up this brand anymore for myself or to send in. It just doesn't seem to sell well, and on the Real it doesn't do great either. As you can see, it sold for $30 with 40% off discount. I made $12, which means I made my money back. So I would not pick up this brand again. It might do well for you, but for me, I've had zero luck with it. Next, we have this Tipy Dress. I've had this dress for a very long time. I finally decided to part ways with it. I paid $5 for it. It sold for $25 with 50% off discount. I made $10, so I doubled my money. Again, another Karan Millen piece. So this Karan Millen silk blouse sold for $40, 20% off discount. I made $16. I paid $2.50 for this. This was a Salvation Army item as well. As you can tell, a lot of my Real pieces come from Salvation Army. I do have some pieces that come from other stores, Savers, Consignment, but the majority of my pieces are probably from Salvation Army that I'm sending in. Here we have Armani Suede Heels. These sat for a long time for me. I bought these at Savers for $5.99. They were priced at, they sold at $40, which had a 20% off discount. I made $16. This Rag & Bone striped sweater. I had this thing for a really long time, and I thought it would sell, and it didn't. it just didn't sell. And I didn't know what to do with it anymore. I held out in the winter. This is one of the items that I recalled early in 2020, thinking that maybe I'd be able to sell it myself because it was marked down below 50%. It didn't. Here we are again. Sent it back into the Real. It sold at $39, and which was 40% discount off the item. I made $15.60. I want to say I paid $9.99 for this piece, so I just made a few dollars on it. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. And our last piece here, I told you, February is just not exciting. None of these pieces are really exciting except for like the Donna Karan dress, and maybe that's it. Well, the Jimmy Choos was exciting too. Okay, anyway, this is David Meester. I had never heard about this brand until I was in Salvation Army one day and I found like 5 pieces by this designer, and I started looking it up and I realized that Real took it. All the pieces that I picked up that day were between $1 and $4.99. So this dress sold for $45.50, which was 30% off discount, and I made $18.20. So moral of the story for February, I was participating in Thriftless February, and basically that means I didn't thrift. I did end up thrifting at the end of the month, but that was it. I didn't do anything except clear out my inventory, find new ways to source my business, incorporate different ways to make money in my business, really focus on like back end things that I had been waiting to do, working on things, the podcast with Lori and getting our Patreon up and running, and like just a lot of things that I had been waiting to do that I just normally forget or don't have the energy to attend to because I'm doing other things like sourcing and photographing and listing, right? Like all of those other aspects of the business. So I didn't have anything to really send into the Real except for these items that I had been sitting on that just needed to go. And that's what I did. And honestly, I made out pretty well considering most of these items were about $1. A few of them were over the $5 mark, but most of them were, they're relatively low in terms of cost of goods. So to make $3.69 on that, obviously it's worth it. It's just a lower month for me. So I wasn't thrilled when I got that payout. And I know it sounds so bratty, but when you start to invest yourself in a platform and you're used to making a certain amount of money on it, it's the same for Poshmark or eBay, you tend to rely on it. Now, I know I'm not a full-time reseller in the traditional sense because I do a full-time job outside the home, but it doesn't change the fact that I still rely on this reselling money to pay for things for my bills and savings and all that kind of stuff. So it hurt a little, to have a payout that was less than $400. But as you can see here, March is looking really good. So I'm excited. Today's the last day of March. Hopefully I get a couple more sales in, but I'm excited to share those sales with you. If you guys liked this format, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll share my screen and do it this way instead of just me talking into my phone and then having an image pop up on the side. This kind of shows you the breakdown of it all. So if you like this format, please let me know. If there's anything that you have questions on in terms of brands and things that I sent in, leave that also down below. Let's have a conversation about it. And yeah, that's it. It's a wrap.